Fortran Archived, Paranormal, Horror of Noon, Chapter 1, Part 3, The Accounts. And here are some stories from the Anons themselves that describe their experience. Yes, I have something on this subject. Not like in daylight, and it wasn't that scary. But this is one of the most disturbing, painful, depressing atmospheres. Not far from the place where I live, a new apartment area was built. A typical 9th-floor building, freshly painted with courtyards and lighting, ready for people to move in. So, one warm spring or summer day, we somehow went there with a couple of friends. It was evening. The sky had already darkened considerably, turning grey. The air became warm, heavy. We decided to shorten our path through one of these courtyards. And now we were walking along the porches, freshly painted walls, benches and fences. Street lamps brightly illuminate everything around us with their yellowish light. Around us was silent, and against the background you could hear the city's noise. So distant, merging almost into a quiet hum. It was here, in the bright light of the lanterns and the grey sky, I felt uneasy. I don't know. In this whole situation, there was something unnatural, something unhealthy in the bright colors and the complete absence of people in this environment, which usually should be filled with a lot of people. Do you understand me? I touched this atmosphere in the game Cry of Fear, when monsters suddenly popped up on an empty evening street. But the situation was not the same. The streets were not alike. My road to the postal building runs through residential buildings with a kindergarten, and they form corridors. There, cherry trees grow under the windows. I constantly eat cherries along the way. So, just going there, all the sounds immediately become much quieter. Very few people pass by, and I almost never hear anything from the windows. No TV, no conversations, no barking dogs, nothing. And when it's noon, this place is flooded with an avalanche of light, and all the shadows are so dark, almost black. The windows of the apartment house go directly to the kindergarten. From the fence to the window, 5 to 6 meters. It is very convenient for any pervert from the house to watch the children. There is a feeling that people can disappear here. In general, it is very uncomfortable to be there. About 11 or 12 years ago, I rode a bicycle from my summer house to hell knows where. It was hot, just like in Moscow. I had already drove onto the highway. I traveled along the railway tracks. Lonely houses went into the distance. Why did people leave this village? I wondered. Someone told stories of some kind of radiation or electricity, but this is nothing more than rumors. After I had passed the road and ended up back on the highway, I saw a down power line almost beneath me. But it seemed so far away. All these electrical towers, a metal mesh netting, looked rather creepy against the backdrop of clean, hot day. But next I got a lump in my throat. I was sickened by the horror I experienced. In the distance, I saw a hangar of fantastic size. I left there very quickly, never came back again. So this fear is in our genes, if the phenomenon is known even to the ancient Greeks. I often had a dream when I was younger that I am walking on a sunny summer day through a meadow. In the sky there are some beautiful clouds, but something is off. I climbed the slope of a steep hill, and from it some kind of metal or concrete structure is visible in the distance. It seems to me that I will reach it, and that it is cool and you can hide from the sun. But I can't get there. I'm walking and walking, but the building is not getting any closer. And I begin to feel a panic attack. I am 5 years old. Heat. Country house. Only potatoes are growing. In the corner stands a stone house, which was built by my grandfather. From one end of the cottage to the other, 50 meters. Behind the flimsy grid, a cottage of neighbors, and a scarecrow, forever following me. Crossing the road is unrealistic. With adults, it's scary. Scary. We rarely have clear days in my city, in winter. Maybe that's why. Although not quite winter, but early spring. All around, in melted black and grey snow, bare trees, the crumbling courtyards of a small town. Not a soul in the streets. And here, peeps bright as welding, the sun disturbing and flooding all this idyllic landscape. I remember in childhood, I felt this with a friend. We walked along the street and went around several blocks and did not see a single car and not a single person. Panic escalated. It seemed that even talking became difficult, as if the sound is spreading as hard as in water. It seemed that we were about to disappear. Damn, OP. You pulled some dark stuff out of my mind. I live in the Southern Federal District. On a summer afternoon, here you can easily fry eggs on asphalt and take X-ray photos with the sun. So, I really love to hang out around the local fields. And at some distance from the city, I noticed a very unusual place. Imagine, forest belt, food planting, summer, noon, wind, grasshoppers, foliage rustling, power lines humming. Everything is perfectly visible. The There is no one around. There seems to be nothing to be afraid of. But, holy hell, every time I go there, my hair literally stands on my glutes. I want to plug my ears, close my eyes, yell, and run away from there. So it goes. I plan to somehow spend the night there. Damn you, OP. Burn in hell. Quote, a nice summer day. Around it is bright light. The trees make a little noise from the wind. There are no other sounds at all. Suddenly, everything fades in front of my eyes, and a thin, glowing noise appears. An obsession comes up that you now have to die because of some stupid accident. For example, a tree you're sitting under, and so on. I dreamed it, you bastard. In general, when I was a little kid, about 3 or 5 years old, I had a recurring nightmare that almost every night consistently turned on in my head on the verge of sleep and reality. It was not even a dream. Sleep paralysis here. The plot is a nice summer day. It is light, warm, calm. The sun is shining, the birds are singing, the grasshoppers are chirping, and the bees are buzzing. And everything is so good. But there is a feeling of an inevitable, sinister event. And then he comes. Some strange noise slowly builds up, terror to hysteria. And then some guy with a chainsaw appears. Noise, hell, trees fall on your head, blood, bloody death. In my opinion, the main difference is that at night you are afraid for yourself. That is, now some sort of maniac or creature will come out and kill you. The danger is more or less specific. It comes from the darkness and is directed at you. Midday Fair is something else. He is much stronger. There are no apparent reasons for him, and you are not afraid for your existence, but for the existence of the world in general. I don't know when I feel this. It seems to me that the fate of the universe itself will be decided now. It will either irreversibly change or disappear. It will be erased. In short, it may sound pathetic, but in general, this is a fear for the universe itself, I would say. The fear that the familiar form of the world will end. I noticed in the thread before that a frequent element of such fear is some massive object in the middle of some boundless environment. Here is the post with a hanger in an abandoned village. Fear of power lines, dreams about lonely houses in the middle of the field.